Hi, I'm Kathy Kovacs, the Head of Structured Investments from Westpac, and today I'd like to talk to you about Westpac Self-Funding Instalment Warrants, or SFIs. We're going to take a look at what Westpac SFIs are, how they work, the benefits of SFIs as well as the risks. We'll then take a look at a couple of strategies for self-managed superannuation funds, as well as a cash extraction strategy. We'll finish off with what the next steps are if you would like to invest in Westpac SFIs. What are Westpac SFIs and how do they work? Westpac SFIs are a method of buying shares in two payments. You make a first payment today, roughly 50% of the share price, and a second payment in around 5 years' time, which is the second payment or the loan amount. As we said, you make a first payment today, 50% of the share price. Once having made that first payment, you're entitled to the dividends and franking credits attributed to the underlying share. Those dividends are used to reduce your loan amount. We'll also add to your outstanding loan amount the amount of interest owing every year on the 30th of June. As you can see by the chart, the loan amount is expected to reduce over time by the dividends and increase by the interest amount. In the event that the reduction in dividends pay for your interest, the self-funding instalments become, as the term suggests, self-funding. At the end of 5 years, you can make the completion payment and receive the shares in full, or you could elect to roll your self-funding instalment warrants into a new series. You could also choose to sell the Westpac SFIs at any time on the ASX as you would ordinary shares. Let's talk through an example of Westpac SFIs using Westfield shares. As you can see by the chart, if Westfield is trading at $10 today, you could buy one Westfield share for $10. Alternatively, you could choose to buy the Westpac SFI over Westfield, which would cost approximately $6 today. The $6 is made up of a $5 capital contribution, roughly half of the Westfield share price, plus the $1 initial interest amount. This is made up of the interest between now and the 30th of June each financial year, plus the cost of being provided with a non-recourse loan over Westfield. The second payment, being the $5, would be due in up to 5 years' time. What are the benefits of Westpac SFIs? The benefits include leverage, using the power of gearing for growth, tax effectiveness, diversification, the ability to maintain your exposure through all market phases. That means no stop loss or margin call events. Transparent pricing available through the ASX. The ability to buy shares in 2 instalments with an optional second payment. Low administration and the eligible investment for self-managed superannuation funds. What are the risks of Westpac SFIs? Well, leverage is a benefit, but it's also a risk. Gearing is a two-edged sword. If the security price falls, the price of the Westpac SFI may fall. Gearing can magnify losses, as well as gains. The interest Westpac capitalises to the loan may be higher than the dividends received from the underlying securities, causing the loan amount to increase. Any rise in interest rates will increase the amount added to the loan as interest. Finally, tax legislation could change, and this will affect the tax benefits or obligations of holders. Now let's talk through a couple of examples. First of all, let's look at using Westpac SFIs inside a self-managed superannuation fund. If an investor was going to make a $25,000 contribution to their SMSF, they could use this $25,000 to gain exposure to $50,000 worth of shares using Westpac SFIs rather than $25,000 worth of shares if they made a direct share investment. Remember, Westpac SFIs are one of the few eligible forms of gearing inside a self-managed superannuation fund. The second strategy that we're going to look at is what we refer to as a cash extraction strategy. Rather than using cash to purchase Westpac SFIs and gain exposure to underlying shares, you can take your existing shares, contribute them into the Westpac SFI, and Westpac will give you cash against those shares whilst allowing you to maintain your exposure to those shares via the Westpac SFI. You'll continue to earn all the dividends and franking credits from that share, although this will be used to reduce your loan amount every year. Furthermore, with the cash extraction strategy, you're not realising gains or losses from the transfer of your shares into Westpac SFIs. This strategy is not available to self-managed superannuation funds. To find out how these strategies could work for you and to hear more about Westpac SFIs, please refer to all the resources available on our website. You'll also find there the Westpac SFI PDS. If you'd like to purchase Westpac SFIs, refer to the PDS. You can either apply using the application form in the PDS, or you may choose to buy Westpac SFIs on the ASX through your full service or discount broker.